Knox County Sheriff deputies say that the bus had its stop sign out, but Wyatt kept driving and hit the girl. Deputies charged Wyatt with reckless driving. Wyatt was on his way to work. The mother says Michaela will miss school while she recovers. Michaela plays trumpet in the Knox County Middle School band and told us she is disappointed she will not be able to play trumpet for a while. Knox County jail officials say Wyatt was released yesterday afternoon. And could Kentucky be ready for a change? Kentucky's 2014 U.S. Senate race looks like a dead heat, according to a poll published on Thursday. The poll from Public Policy Polling shows Democratic Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes leading Republican incumbent Mitch McConnell by 2 points, 45 to 43, in this hypothetical matchup. This clearly underscores the momentum that's behind Allison's campaign and the widespread disappointment in Mitch McConnell's failed leadership, Grimes' campaign press secretary Charlie Norton said. But McConnell's campaign officials say that the poll is flawed. No Democratic opponent of Mitch McConnell's has ever held their own against him, Norton said, and not one, two, but three, now four polls in a row have shown Allison leading against Mitch McConnell. More than 1 year still remains before the 2014 general election. The 2-point lead for Grimes is within the poll's margin of error, 2.8%. The polling was done before McConnell announced Wednesday night that his compromise with Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid to end the government shutdown. McConnell is also facing a primary challenger from a Tea Party candidate, Matt Bevan, a Louisville businessman. And this is an update on what is becoming just a very interesting story, a very odd story. Barberville police are investigating a possible attempted suicide by a former judge being investigated by the U.S. Senate Committee for awarding disability benefits. According to Barberville police, David B. Daughtry was found in a church parking lot in Barberville about 3:20 p.m. on Monday. Police say a worker at the church found Daughtry unconscious sitting in his car, and they say his breathing was labored and he had a poor pulse rate. According to the report, the person who found Daughtry pulled him from the car. Investigators say they found a garden hose duct taped to his exhaust pipe running into the rear passenger side window. And according to the report, police also found pills in an empty alcohol container. Daughtry was taken to a Huntington hospital, and we have no word on his condition. Earlier this month, Daughtry was named in a report by the U.S. Senate Committee saying he and Kentucky attorney Eric C. Kahn improperly awarded disability benefits to hundreds of applicants. The report says Daughtry approved claims in assembly line fashion using manufactured medical evidence. The report accuses Daughtry of plotting with lawyer Eric C. Kahn to approve more than 1,800 cases from 2006 to 2010. The report says that Daughtry retired in 2011 after questions were raised about his relationship with Kahn. We'll be right back after this.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Stop by to see how, with a guaranteed trade-in, you can drive off in this gorgeous 2011 Hyundai Sonata for $17,950 or $299 a month. Or how to drive off with a little soul for $12,950 or $235 a month. Or how to drive off with a lot of style in this Dodge Ram Daytona at $15,950. All at Premier Motors in Paintsville. 170s, 500, 570, 800, 900s, 2 seats, 4 seats, Razors, Rangers, and XPs in the hottest colors with the coolest accessories with the best financing available and rebates up to $1,000 at Conley's, Kawasaki, and Polaris of Paintsville.
Let's do this. Can't believe my daughter wants to marry a Hatfield.
And I can't believe my son fell in love with a McCoy.
I got one thing to say. They're going to have the wireless plan with the best service.
And I say they're going to have the wireless plan with the biggest savings.
Daddy!
Hush up, Mary Beth.
Pa, stay out of this, Jonah.
We're done talking.
You got that right.
Better service.
Bigger savings.
Daddy, we've both got Appalachian Wireless. Better service.
Bigger savings.
That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Game time means wing time at Lee's, and that means it's time for you to try our new buffalo wings. I can't tell you our secret, but I can tell you they're marinated and then rolled in our famous, albeit a little spicy, crispy chicken batter and served up with any of our 7 delectable sauces. So get your hands on a meal or a box today at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe, where no one does chicken like we do chicken.
I would like to make a quick apology to the Key Club. We have not forgotten your all's announcement, and I'm very sorry that Ritt is just now bringing it to my attention. The Key Club will be having a haunted house for adults and for children at SGS. It will be from 7:30 until 11 p.m. tonight and tomorrow night. That's Friday and Saturday. So check that out and support your local Key Club. Now, by very popular demand, and as they say on Facebook, you better have your tissues handy, because this story has really a potential to make anyone cry. I know it did me the other day when we first aired this story, but we're going to go ahead and re-air this story for those of you who might not have seen it, and for those of you who just can't get enough about the story of a horse named Summer.
And how after countless days, nights, and hours all turned into months of hard work and dedication, the horse known as Summer would be sold against the Avian's wishes and then miraculously found more than 12 years later.
I was born here at this farm. We bred her to a guy's stallion in Jackson. And when she was born, of course, she was born with this problem here. And nobody seemed to think that that was correctable. I contacted UK because I wanted to see if there was a mineral deficiency or what caused her to be born this way. UK wouldn't take her. They sent Russell Sparks out here to videotape her. He did, sent the tape back to the equine place in Lexington, and they said, no, put her down. So he brought a voucher out for me to sign that they would pay the vet bills if I would agree for someone to come out and put her down. And I said, no. I told Russell I would not put her down. David Fugit had just gotten out of vet school, and he was eager to try to learn stuff and to help people, and he came out, him and his assistant, Tommy Vest. And when they came up with the way to do PVC pipe to make her a set of legs to where she could try to learn to stand on them, which consisted of a lot of work. Every day those had to be changed and taken off, and her feet had to be exercised. Her hoof began to rot, and over the years she finally learned to stand. It took several months of her wearing them casts, and she learned to nurse by standing on them. And then finally she learned to actually get out to where she could walk around on them. But of course she broke them, and we had to get thicker PVC pipe for her. And eventually then she learned to do her thing on them, and she learned to stand. And after about 5 months then, this is what developed with a lot of work and a lot of patience by David Fugit. That's her at 5 months old. She was able to stand, her legs were straight, she didn't need cast or anything.
As for Dr. David Fugit, he admits he was green, and he recalls thinking to himself that if UK and the likes of which can help Summer, then there's really no reason to think I can.
But on the other hand, anytime somebody says, well, you can't, well, my first reaction is, watch what I can try, So when we looked at it, that foal had no support mechanism on the back of her legs. Her extensor tendons weren't formed right. And I couldn't find anything in the literature. May get a little urine on, sir, that's all right. I couldn't find anything in the literature on how to fix that. So we just did what I thought was common sense. Let's put a brace on her. Let's support her. If a Avian will do the work, and she did, obviously. You know, most people wouldn't have done that. Yeah. And be that diligent with it to do it that long a period of time. And it worked. I don't take any credit for that. It was Avian and the good Lord that fixed it. The braces played a little part in it, but Avian did all the hard work in it. It was really just one of those things that it was meant to be, I feel like. And then for her to, when a horse leaves your property, unless it goes to your next door neighbor and they're good friends and are able to tell you what they did with it, man, your chances of finding a horse that left your property, outside of a registered animal, a thoroughbred or something you could track down, but just a good country saddle horse, once it leaves your property, it's hard to keep tabs on it.
Dr. Fugit's exactly right. At 14 months old, Avian says Summer was sold from her farm against her wishes, and for 12 long years she's desperately wanted her back. A search that intensified over the last couple of years, most recently over the last year or so with the help and support of her husband Ricky. And over the past several months, she and he have been distributing flyers, posting pictures, advertisements, internet posts, and any other means possible, but all being unsuccessful.
We got a lead at the vet clinic of where she might be, and I started tracking the leads down, and Friday night we run across her. One of the guys in Johnson County owned her, and we went over there and seen her, and he was willing for me to have her back. So we took a trailer and brought her home. I seen her in the field. I called to her, and she come right up to me, and of course I was crying and hugging and loving all at the same time. And my husband Ricky, which we've only been married a little over a year now, and he always said if we could find her, he'd buy her back no matter what. So I didn't even know it, and I was saying my goodbyes, thought, okay, I've seen her, she's healthy, she's good shape. And I go back to the truck, and Ricky says, well, we better hurry, we got to come back. And I said, why? He said, the guys agreed to let you have the horse back. And he said, I've told him I'd come back and pick her up in a few minutes. So it was a mad rush to get home, get her trailer, and get back in case he changed his mind, decided he wanted to keep her. So he made the deal, and he brought her back home for me.
The take home for me is we don't know everything. And I don't use ever or never very much, or 100% no. I also don't use 100% yes, or I know it's going to get better very much either. You just learn that life's got a lot of wiggle room.
She's definitely a miracle, because nobody gave her a nickel when she was born. And now, 12 years later, I got her back, and she's as sound as any horse here on this farm. We got 7, and she's just as rambunctious as any of them. Ain't she?
Turns out Summer was still papered as Summer's Grace of Glory, as she was when she was born on A&J Farm. And fortunately for Summer, and for Avian too, she'd been well cared for by 4 different owners in various parts of Kentucky, as far away as the central part of the state.
I think, man, you can't, it's good to not lose hope. And to get so callous that, well, I just know it can't get any better. And there's a fine line. If someone's suffering and feeling, a great amount of pain, I don't know how long I'm willing to tinker around with some kind of new thing that's going to work, because I ain't the one suffering in pain. But this foal really wasn't in pain. He just couldn't stand without assistance. And when you're young, you're so resilient. Young animals, young babies are so resilient. And I think just sometimes letting Mother Nature do her job and giving things a chance, if you will, sometimes you'll be surprised pleasantly.
Surprised is a good word. Not so pleasantly surprised at Summer's birth or her condition that she had when she was born, or at the recommendation and offers to have her put down, or the sometimes slow or near absent results in the daily hours of rehab, or at losing Summer for 12 long years, but overwhelmingly surprised on the other side of the scale at the outcome of the love invested in just seeing Summer not become a work or a trail horse, even though she could today, but just enjoy a good quality of life. And the elated surprise when she made her way back to Bear Branch after 12 years on the road.
But I think she's glad to be home.
Whether you want to be feared or favored, funny or frightful this Halloween, Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop has everything you'll ever need for the mood or effect you desire. And while we never know just how colorful our natural landscape will be at autumn, we are for always certain the season is vibrant inside the region's largest selection of fall and home decor. So come and see what surprises and delights await you at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville.
Fall is here, and it's time to rake in the savings at Home Furniture. Come in now for the largest sale ever on select bedroom suites. Prices have been drastically reduced, up to 40% off. All in-stock recliners are buy one, get one half off. Purchase a big screen TV, get a soundbar free. Seasons may change, but we'll always have financing available for everyone, guaranteed. Come in today while supplies last and take advantage of these huge savings at Home Furniture, Highlands Plaza, Prestonsburg.
In recognition of our grand reopening and in honor of you, Hutch Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in Paintsville is celebrating with employee pricing for everyone. And you keep the rebates on any new 2013 or 2014 car, truck, or SUV, and on all our pre-owned inventory. And register now with absolutely no purchase necessary for our grand reopening grand prizes. $10,000 in cash, $3,000 in cash, and 300 gallons of gasoline given away to someone on October the 26th at Hutch. From time and money saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Sagersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Sagersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time. It's so new it doesn't even have a name, but it does have an amazing taste all its own. 4 pancakes, butter, syrup, plus your choice of any of our dozens of DQ toppings with a little whipped cream on top, and of course some of our world-famous DQ soft serve. And you can add bacon, sausage, or even a little country ham for a full-blown breakfast treat. So sink your taste buds into a quarter or even half-pound grill burger fixed exactly like you like it. And you want to know the best part? James says you can have either one for breakfast as early as you want, but only at your Sagersville DQ.
And before we get to your community calendar announcements, we do have a birthday to pass along to you. Happy 33rd birthday to Chris Combs, and that's from Autumn, Mom, Dad, Jill, Mackenzie, Daryl, and Jerry Michael. A big happy birthday, Chris, from all of us here at Your News Today. And we'll now take a look at your local community calendar. Your community calendar is being brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau, your Sayersville location. Folks, I would like to apologize. I misspoke a second ago about the Key Club Haunted House. It is at the old Sayersville Grade School. I just said Sayersville Grade School, and I apologize. It is at the old Sayersville Grade School, the one behind the Board of Education. It is being sponsored by the Key Club, and it's their haunted house. It will be tonight and tomorrow night. That is Friday the 18th, Saturday the 19th. $5 for adults, $3 for kids. And the first group leaves at 7:30, and it will last until 11 p.m. each night. That is at the old Sayersville Grade School. The Sayersville Free Will Baptist Church and Pastor Floyd Arnott invites all to services with Todd Masters Friday and Saturday. That's tonight and tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Syersville City Council will be meeting, and their meeting will be, instead of Monday this month, they're meeting on Tuesday, October the 22nd. This is a regular meeting, and like I said, the date has changed from Monday to Tuesday. And all veterans, Vietnam veterans, if you are interested in participating in this year's Veterans Day celebration with the DAV Chapter 15 at the Magoffin County High School on 11/11/2013 at 11 a.m., please contact Jeremy Holbrook at 367-3734 or Henry Joseph at 349-5235 by November 1st. All Vietnam veterans will be presented with a certificate on the day of the celebration. And another haunted trail going on, and these are so much fun, y'all. If you've never done one, I would suggest it. It's lots of scariness, but I guess some people would consider that fun. Syersville Masonic Lodge invites everyone out to their haunted trail. It is located at 263 Upper Mash Fork Road, and that's off of US 460, Syersville, Kentucky. It says look for the signs. It will be going on every Friday and Saturday of this month and the 31st, so that's Halloween night. First group leaves at dark, $7 per person. Check that out. The Syersville High School class of 1971 will be having a picnic in the park Saturday, October the 19th at 1 p.m. Light Up the Night, a candlelit vigil for victims of domestic violence, will be held at Syersville City Hall on October the 22nd at 8 p.m. Annual Christmas in November is coming up at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center, and it will be Friday, November the 1st from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. and Saturday, November the 2nd from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Any vendor wishing to set up can contact the Community Center Director, Susie Sayer, at 349-2313 or 4409 or 349-4416. They ask you to do so or to register by October the 25th. And if you're a nonprofit organization, civic group, church group, or if you have a birthday or anniversary announcement that you'd like to have heard here on your news today, send it to us, P.O. Box 1443, Syersville, Kentucky, phone 349-3699, or fax it to us, 349-3221, or you can send it via email at yournewstoday@yahoo.com.
Come on in, because the doors are open, the lights are on, and the shelves are being stocked every day with all those famous name brands you've come to love at Red's Boot Barn at their brand spanking new location in Syersville on Route 114. That's right, already in sizes and styles by Wrangler, Carhartt, Area, and more. And new merchandise coming in every single day. Always the big names, always the big deals, always at Red's Boot Barn in Syersville.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I want to be your family lawyer. If you've been injured on the job, if you're interested in getting your Social Security disability or SSI benefits, or if you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, or basically, if a car wreck has caused you to suffer pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne. 349-9000.
Syersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce the newest members of our family, Administrator Lane Jones and our full-time chaplain Mark Campbell and volunteer Richard Green, new faces with the same sincere desire as these, to assist you and your family with short-term rehabilitation solutions or long-term nursing care needs, close to home and those that you love. Syersville Nursing and Rehabilitation. Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new Magoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Bailey's Furniture has done it again. This beautiful queen-size sleigh bed, media center, and matching chest are only $295 each, whether you buy one or buy them all. And you can save $400 and get a second nightstand with this gorgeous Von Bassett group. Lazy Boy rocker recliners start at $295, and Catnapper lift chairs start at $689 at Bailey's Furniture and GE Appliance Center.
And we'll now take a look at your weather forecast. Your weather is being powered by Licking Valley RACC. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low around 42. For your Saturday, wow, look at that low there, folks. We're going to see a lot more of those 30s here in the upcoming weeks, and even down in the 20s. We're not going to go there just yet, though. For your Saturday, a 50% chance of some scattered showers and scattered showers, and otherwise increasing clouds with a high around 62 degrees, and your chance of precipitation is 50%. For your for your Saturday night, scattered showers mainly before 7 p.m., partly cloudy skies, and a low around 36 degrees. Chance of precipitation will be 30%. And for your Sunday, looks like sunny skies with a high around 62 degrees. That's not too bad. Your low for Sunday night looks like mostly clear skies and a low around 41. For your Monday, starting out your work week next week, it looks like some sunny skies and a high around 68 degrees, so that's not too bad. For that night, looks like a 30% chance of showers, a slight chance of showers, partly cloudy skies, and a low around 44 degrees. For your Tuesday, it looks like a high around 56 degrees and a low of 34. A 30% chance of showers on Tuesday, and that's earlier in the day, and partly cloudy skies for that night. That is your weather forecast, folks, and like I said, I wish it was a little bit better, warmer. I'm not sure if I'm quite ready for these cold temperatures, but hey, whether we like it or not, they're on their way. Like I said, we do have some 20s for you next week. Ritt will be back to talk to you all about that and have lots more news where that comes from. And thank you all once again for tuning in. I'm Katie Clevenger, and I'm glad to be here with you for these last couple of days, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Thank you, and have a great evening.